So there we were in this car in a snowstorm came on that day. It was pretty heavy. And there was no defroster in the car, so we could barely see out of the windshield. And I remember he was wiping it with napkins so that we could see where we were going. And then I remember that he took an illegal U-turn. Now, at the time, I was 3 months pregnant with his child. And when he took the illegal U-turn, I remember that seeing the flashing blue lights of the officer telling him to now pull over. I knew that the vehicle was stolen. I knew that he didn't have a license. I knew that he had a warrant for his arrest. I knew what the outcome would be. And I remember him saying to me, put the seatbelt on or get out of the car. That's how much he cared for me and our unborn child. And the next thing I remember is I decided to put my seatbelt on and stayed with him because it was really cold outside and I had no idea how I was going to get home. And I wasn't really dressed for the weather. So he proceeded to do about 90, 95 down this street where there's usually a good amount of traffic. And I remember that the back end of a tractor trailer slid over into our lane, which then pushed us off the road down an embankment. And I remember the passenger side of my car slamming into this metal fence. So I couldn't open my door. And I remember my leg was bleeding. And he was pulling me and he had me running through the snow. I lost my sneaker at one point. We end up at somebody's house. And then I find out when I went to the bathroom that I was having a miscarriage. So as he was getting arrested, they were taking me to the hospital. And I sat there alone. They couldn't get a hold of my mother. And I was there in a room for hours alone. This is what God brought me out of. I remember these times like yesterday. I remember the times where